This video will show you how to set up Flipgrid so that you can monitor student reading progress from a remote learning location. Flipgrid is an easy-to-use video recording tool. Once you set up a Flipgrid account, your students can record themselves reading, and you can monitor their progress that way. This video will show you how you can create private Flipgrids for each of your students. Your students can make their recordings wherever it works for them on any device. Then you can listen to their recordings whenever it works for you. You can give your students private feedback by video too. If you don't already have a Flipgrid account, you can create a free account at admin.flipgrid.com. You can sign up or sign in with your school, Google, or Microsoft account. When you create your account, notice that there is an option to print a consent form for parents. To protect students' privacy and to manage individual students' work, you will create an individual grid for each student. While this may seem work-intensive at first, once you get the grids set up, they should be fairly easy to manage. You'll need to decide how your students will log in. They can do so by school email or by ID number. Notice that Flipgrid has already generated a student's private link. I selected school email. The domain name address is region10.org. Yours will be different. If your students don't have email addresses, you can choose to add your student's ID number. If you're choosing to use a student's ID number, you will simply type their first name, last name, and student ID, and then click Add. Since you're only adding one student's name, as soon as that student's name is showing, you can click Next. Once you have selected how your students will log in, you'll click Launch My Grid. Each grid will have its own unique flip code. That's the code that you can share with your students. You can copy it and email it to a parent. You could put it privately in a Google Classroom message. However you get your information to your students, you can share that particular grid code with your one student. Then you'll click Go to your grid. I've said that the first topic that I want my students to read about will be called Let's Get Started. I have typed a message to Marcus, the student. I can also determine how long I want Marcus to be able to read for, up to 10 minutes in length. I can also share an individual topic. So the code a minute ago was for the student's complete grid, but each topic that you ask your student to record for will have its own unique code. So it really is up to you to determine which of those two codes you'll share with your student. If you give them the overall grid code, then they would not need a new topic code for every assignment that you're asking them to read for. Notice that the flip code appears here, and when you click on it, you will see that you can view as a student would view. So you would be able to go in and see the view that your student would see. I also want to call your attention to this symbol. This is the immersive reader symbol, and the student can use that immersive reader to read out loud the directions that you have created for the student. When a student goes to Flipgrid, they will enter flipgrid.com. When they scroll down just a little bit, they will enter that flip code that you provided to them. They can also do this on a phone or tablet device. They would just type in the flip code. If you want to send a Flipgrid QR code, that is also available from within your setup. When they type the grid in, then they will be prompted to log in with Google or Microsoft, and then they will log in with their school Google account. If you have any questions about this process, please contact me, Nancy Watson. I'm at nancy.watson@region10.org.